Today's video is all about money. I know money is such a sensitive topic. However, today I will be exposing myself and sharing with you the 3 financial mistakes that I made in my early 20s that could have been completely avoidable if someone had shared with me what I am about to share with you guys today. Hello everybody, my name is Farah and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I was never taught how to handle money properly. I never saved money, and even when I saved money, I saved it to buy other things and not actually saved it for my future self. And little did I know that there were many people just like me who do not know how to handle money. We didn't get taught in school and we weren't brought up in families that made financial literacy a very important part of our education. And let me just say, I have made huge mistakes along the way that I learned a very, very hard lesson from, and I am here to share these mistakes with you because these are mistakes that could have been completely avoidable if I had someone to guide me through financial matters in my life. Now, let's start with the first financial mistake that I made and that could have been completely avoidable if I knew any better, which is not planning for my future. I never gave my future a second thought, like never. For me, I would get my salary deposited into my checking account and I would just spend it on myself and my family and going out, and never gave a thought about what my future carries for me and what I want my future to look like financially. And unfortunately, I didn't know what pay yourself first means. For me, I was already paying myself. Once I get that money deposited into my checking account, I would spend it because that money is technically me being paid for my hard work, so I'm paying myself. That's the common sense. But that's not what it means. Later, I found out that paying yourself means setting yourself up for a good financial future. Right now, I have a job, alhamdulillah, but I never know what's gonna happen in the future. No one knows what's gonna happen in the future. And especially after this COVID situation, we saw how the world turned upside down. And a lot of people struggled financially because no one was expecting something like that to happen. And there's a lot of hiccups along the way that can happen to us that we don't really expect or we don't really plan for. This is why planning for your future financially is very, very important. Now, I'm not saying that don't live your life and don't spend your money right now, but also keep in mind that you need to save up for your future self so your future self can thank you. Hence why you need to have these 3 accounts today. And if you do not have them, you need to head over to your local bank and open these 3 accounts today to be able to pay yourself first and set yourself up financially for your future. The first account that we'll be talking about is a day-to-day savings account. Now, this account usually will hold your emergency fund. What is an emergency fund? It's basically 4 to 6 months of your monthly expenses saved up into this account. God forbid any emergency happen, you have a safe cushion to land on, and no matter what hiccup you face along the way, you still know that there's money saved up for you for that rainy day. The second type of account you need to have is a retirement savings account. Yes, you heard me. Even if you're in your early 20s, you need to start planning for your retirement today because unfortunately, not many people have the funds to retire early or retire comfortably. And the sooner you start planning for your retirement, the more money that you will have accumulated along the years, which will set you up for an early and comfortable retirement, inshallah. And a third account that you need to have, and this is exclusive for Canadians, is a tax-free savings account. But not just any tax-free savings account. You need to open a brokerage account, and under that you need to have a tax-free savings account, which is basically an account that will allow you to trade stocks, buy and sell while being sheltered from paying any taxes on your capital gains.
Shelters you from tax.
Okay, I remember that. Now, if you don't live in Canada, make sure to also open any type of investing account that will help your money grow for your future. I don't know much about investing. My husband usually handles that, but I'm trying to learn slowly because it's such an important part of being financially literate and understanding how the world of finances goes. And just a pro tip, in order to pay yourself first, make sure to have set pre-authorized payments towards all your 3 savings accounts. And trust me when I say, do not do it manually, because you will see that money sitting in your checking account and you will most likely put your hands on it and use it. So make sure to have set a pre-authorized payment the day that you receive your salary in your checking account. That money will be taken away immediately and you won't even have eyes on that money. Now that you have set yourself up for a good financial future, the second biggest mistake that I have made is buying depreciating assets. And basically what a depreciating asset is that something that you buy that loses value instead of making you money and gaining value in time. As soon as I got my first full-time job, I went out and bought a brand new car from the dealer. And that was one of the biggest and worst mistakes that I have ever made in my entire life, because when I graduated from my master's, I had already had a lot of student loans that needed to be paid. And on top of it, I went and bought a brand new car and financed it, which means that I didn't even buy it outright. I am paying monthly payments toward my car, which added to my debt sheet and made it significantly higher. There's something called a debt to income ratio that I had not heard of before, which is basically the amount of debt that you pay monthly over your monthly gross income should be less than a certain percent. And in Canada here, in order for you to qualify for mortgage, they usually recommend that it is below 38%. Now, I stumbled upon this research a bit too late, but I figured that I might as well share it with you guys so you don't make the same mistake. Apparently, you should only be paying 15% or less of your income towards your car payments plus car insurance combined. And if you live in a Western country, you know that car insurance is through the roof. So make sure that you combine them. 15% of your gross monthly income is only going towards your car payment and your insurance, and not more than that. And the third mistake that I made was I didn't have a credit card sooner. I didn't even know what the difference is between a debit card and a credit card, let alone be responsible enough to own a credit card. So basically the difference between a credit card and a debit card is credit card is not your own money. It's an amount of money that the bank lends you for you to use, but you need to make sure that you pay off that amount or else you will be hit with a large interest fee on top of it. But a debit card is what you actually earn. It's your checking account. What you have in that account is the actual number that is under your name. You made that money, you can spend it comfortably. Now, people might ask, why do you want to have a credit card when you have a debit card? A credit card has so many benefits when it comes to traveling, points, rewards, and a lot of discounts that happen on credit cards. So my advice would be use your credit cards for everything, because that's what basically me and my husband do. We use our credit card for everything, but we make sure to pay it off before the end of the month. Also, why is having a credit card so important, especially in Western countries? You need to have a good credit score. A credit score is based on so many factors, but basically if you want to get approved for a mortgage or for a car, you need to have a good credit score. And what that means is that you need to be paying off your credit card in full every single month. Make sure not to utilize more than 30% of your credit card limit, because that also affects your credit card. And research what goes into a credit card score. Now, if you want to know more about debt to income ratio, the difference between a debit card and a credit card, make sure to read my blog post down below. I'll link it in the description. And that's it for today. So if you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button down below and go watch these 2 videos. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.